What family tradition was literally poisoning everyone's brain? New Year's at our house was loud, pots banging, music too high, my Aunt Beja yelling that the cinnamon sticks were wrong again. I'm Maya, Polish-American, Southside Chicago. Our thing wasn't soup, it was lucky cider. My grandma Babcia made it in this big blue ceramic crock with painted tulips. Said her mother smuggled it from Łódź after the war. For prosperity, she'd say, tapping the rim like a bell. She'd start 3 days before. Whole cloves, orange peels, star anise, honey. The kitchen smelled like December in church. Everybody had to drink 2 mugs at midnight, no exceptions. Even toddlers got a warm splash in milk. We'd line up, mugs steaming, Babcia watching like a ref. To a sharp mind and a fat wallet, she'd say. We'd cheer. And then the weird part. People got floaty, giggly. My dad told the same story twice in 10 minutes. My brother mixed up names. I'd get this metal taste and a headache that grabbed behind my eyes. January turned into a fog every year. We blamed work. Winter. Seasonal, my mom said, making a little snow hand wave. It became a joke. New Year's brain. Sophomore year, I took a boring chem class. We did a unit on heavy metals. Lead came up. The teacher passed around these tiny swabs you can rub on paint and they turn pink if there's lead. I remembered the crock, the tulips, the crack spidering under the glaze, acidic stuff pulling junk out of old glaze, the way the cider sat there for days, hot, then warm again. I went home and Googled more than I've ever Googled. Lead plus ceramic glaze plus acidic drinks, headaches, irritability, memory slips. Kids hit hardest. My little cousin's teacher had been worried about his attention. We'd shrugged. Screens. My stomach dropped. I waited till Babcia went to church on Friday. I pulled the crock off the pantry shelf. It was heavier than I remembered. Hairline cracks everywhere like frost. I touched the rim. My finger came away dusty. I grabbed one of those test swabs from my backpack. The tip went white to screaming fuchsia in a second. I swear the room tilted. I didn't tell anyone. Not yet. If I called it out, she'd take it like an attack on her whole life. That crock was family lore. It survived a ship crossing. It sat on every New Year's table we ever had, so I made a plan. Saturday morning, I biked to a restaurant supply place and bought a food-safe stainless pot. Big, shiny, same volume. I stopped at a thrift store and found a chipped tulip decal. Stupid, I know, but I stuck it on the side with clear tape. I needed it to feel familiar. Sunday, Babcia started her ritual. I hovered. When she went upstairs to rest her knees, I helped and shifted the spices to the new pot. Same recipe, same order. Honey last. I slid the big blue crock to the back of the pantry and covered it with a tablecloth. My hands were shaking the whole time. I kept hearing her say, prosperity. New Year's Eve, the house filled up, coats piled high, the aunts fighting about nutmeg. Midnight came. We did our countdown. I ladled from the shiny pot. I held my breath. Nobody said it tasted different. My cousin asked for thirds. My uncle did his dumb toast. We waited for the usual drift, the stupid giggles. Nothing. No metallic taste. No vice on my temples. The next morning, I woke up and my head felt quiet, like clean winter air. My mom didn't lose her keys. My dad didn't nap on the stairs. My brother remembered to feed the dog. I waited 2 months. Then I told my parents. I showed them the research. I showed them the swab, still sealed in a baggie, hot pink. My dad went silent. My mom sat down on the floor like her knees quit. She thought she had early dementia. She started crying, but that ugly, grateful kind. We called a family meeting without Babcia. The uncles got loud. The aunts talked over each other. My cousin stared at his shoes. I pulled the crock out and lined up 3 more tests for them. All pink in seconds. No room left for doubt. Telling Babcia was the worst. She was at the stove with a wooden spoon when we came in. I said her name and my voice broke. I showed her the strip. I explained the glaze, the acid, the leaching. I tried to keep it simple. I said, it's hurting us. She blinked hard. Then again, she put the spoon down and missed the counter. It clattered. Our mothers used this, she whispered. It kept us warm when we had nothing. I said we could still make it. Same spices, same sweetness, just not in that crock. I pointed to the shiny pot with the dumb taped on tulip like a child's drawing of a lifeboat. Her mouth opened and closed. She looked at the blue tulips like they might talk back. Her lower lip trembled. She touched the rim with one finger. So soft, like blessing a baby's forehead. Then she pulled her hand away like it burned.